Wanna see more shotguns? Call of Duty Black Ops 3. We get 4 shotguns in the single player campaign that all do the same thing, just different fire rates. Starting with the imaginatively named KRM-262. This model and animation is world class. I like a good amount of moving parts. It takes real craftsmanship to get right, even if they don't serve any real purpose. Sounds snappy too, can't fault it. We have 3 major enemy types: humans, biped robots and drones. Impacts on robot enemies are very well done, with various parts getting blown off combined with some nice staggering. They could really build on this though, make them harder and faster but more susceptible to damage effects, like slowing them right down when their legs are busted with a hobbled walk cycle, or their aim goes nuts after taking a headshot causing some friendly fire. Then you really feel like you're earning a win. What is there is fun, in a brainless, make as much mess as you can way. You'll get the 205 Brecci a few levels into the game, and it's certainly the Guns in Game's recommended weapon, upping the fire rate considerably, which feels much more at home in this game, matching the sheer volume of enemies on offer. Once equipped with the long barrel, laser sight and rapid fire mods, you'll attain ultimate badass status in no time. You can also fit a suppressor, which enhances the impact feeling, especially with them dismemberments. Let's have those boots right off. Check out the range this thing gets now too. Refreshing that, a shotgun with efficacy over 3 meters. Get out of sight. Human enemies have excellent kill animations, but I get the feeling of hitting paper targets, as there needed to be a little more visual and audible effects confirming hits. It all gets lost in the sheer mayhem of this game's theatrics. There are nice blood decals on bodies too, except oddly the head, which makes you feel like you're shooting plastic dolls. But I want to see those uniforms and combat gear get messed up more when blitzed with buckshot. Sparks, shredded polymers, busted electrics, whatever. Make the impact satisfying. Staggering is well done, and I'll show how it works well here. Now I'll show you how it doesn't work, as unfortunately it's not consistent, which is a big headache. So here we take big damage as this regular enemy keeps shooting at you with 0 impedance immediately after being shot, when in the moment you've already shifted your attention to the next target as you expected them to have at least dropped their aim. To me, this feels like a bug in the game preventing the interruption of an enemy during a firing cycle, but it could well just be poor design. What makes a game enjoyable is consistent, reliable feedback. You should only be punished for your own mistakes, not the game's. Imagine if Mario refused to jump every 8 or 9 times you press the button. People would pull their hair out in frustration. Another thing I absolutely hate about this game is the obnoxious camera jump every time you get hit. Devs, your head does not receive an uppercut punch if a bullet hits your body. Just cut it out. Save that for receiving melee attacks only, please. I'm getting a migraine here. Looking at the projectiles on offer, it's just the one ammo type and fire mode. Bit disappointed considering all the flashy tech abilities on show in this game. Maybe that's where they preferred to put their attention. The Brecci and Haymaker at least offer semi-auto and full auto fire respectively. Quick note, the Marshall 16, Banshee and Olympia shotguns are multiplayer only, so don't appear in this series. The Argus and Haymaker will be available to you after completing the campaign, but they are basically like-for-like copies of the KRM and Brecci in relation to what they do in-game. The Argus particularly noteworthy for using a bizarre tuna can magazine that I'm sure only nanotech magic can explain. I do love it though. The Haymaker just shreds everything. All these guns are highly polished and fun to use, but the mindless repetition and inconsistent enemy reactions hold them back from perfection. Dead Effect 2.
Hello.
Similar to Black Ops 3, all the shotguns in Dead Effect 2 do the same thing. You just get slightly different stats for damage, capacity, accuracy, etc. So I'll be rounding these up under one score. Each gun is a basic model with a bit more emphasis on texture work than geometry, nothing amazing for sure. Animation is decent but basic, the pumps are too robotic and needed the curves tweaking for example, or just redone to give them believable weight. I do find it odd that the real-world SPAS 12 is here unedited alongside these other futuristic weapons. Maybe it should have been called the vintage shotgun in this game setting. Accuracy is a problem with all of these shotguns, as they simply don't fire straight, like they have randomly bent barrels each shot. You get some terrible RNG determination on where the spread will go next. It's not a massive deviation, but the reticle is a lie. This is demonstrated in no better way than with the Slugshot mod. See as the shot chooses its own path. This is never a good design choice, as the game punishes you for having a good aim, even when aiming down sights. One thing I quite liked was how the weapons moved on screen. They sway around nicely, not completely rigid, stuck to your right cheek all the time. A laggy aim is always good in darker, slower paced FPSs to add a bit more tension with that extra millisecond of pause before firing. Impacts in general are OTT, but still satisfying nonetheless. It's a little comical and doesn't take itself too seriously. The soldier enemies are particularly poor however, taking hits with zero reaction way too often. Just hope you decapitate them quick to limit these encounters. The secondary double-barrel shotgun offers true semi-auto fire, which I found handy for delivering a quick 1-2 punch then stepping back from danger. Nice snappy reload animation on that too. Now, all the guns feel underpowered from the get-go. These little pinky demon looking things taking 4 shots to put down without even flinching, for example. Unless you are real close, zombies will need at least 2 shots or a lucky headshot to put down. Then you get the usual tank types that take a pummeling with no satisfying feedback each time, something I've covered before. Shot sounds are just off-the-shelf stock effects, but at least they chose the good ones. You can upgrade any weapon, and as this is a looter shooter, the aim of the game is to find the same gun over and over until you look out and get one with great stats. Stats that would be by default in any regular FPS. Oh, and as for the original Dead Effect, it's the same guns, minus the Rebellion shotgun type, so we're not missing anything there, although their stock damage output seems higher. Dead Effect 2 is the optimal version, all things considered. So you can have some fun with these shotguns, but they're fundamentally broken from my point of view. Please consider supporting on Patreon.
I love it.